Welcome back. This is an immensely difficult time for many across the Southeast after being hit by 2 hurricanes in 2 weeks. In Florida, people are overwhelmed with evacuating twice and grappling with the uncertainty of how to move forward. And in communities hit by Helene, people are struggling to comprehend their new reality. The American Red Cross is one of the organizations trying to help with relief efforts. Jeff Imel is Indiana Region Director for our service to the Armed Forces and International Services Programs. Joins us now to talk about how we can help those being impacted as well. Thanks for being here, Jeff. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on here.
You and I were kind of talking during the break just about the immense undertaking that this has become over 2 weeks and the severe need for volunteers even still to this point, right?
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, we're very actively recruiting volunteers now.
What are some of the things being done by the current group of volunteers that are down there? What are some of those operations looking like?
So volunteers that we've deployed into the disaster zones, they're primarily running shelters there in the disaster areas. They're also distributing food in the disaster areas. And so far, we've delivered over 700,000 meals.
Wow.
In both disaster areas.
This is unique in the sense that we don't often have hurricanes of this magnitude so close to each other and causing a lot of those issues where if people could have just had time to clean up after Helene, that may have helped. But with Milton coming in right after that made it more difficult. Am I right?
This is the first time in anyone's memory that we've had 2 major hurricanes back to back. And that's why it is so important that we recruit more volunteers.
What can we do here at home? Because I know so many of us watch what we broadcast here on Wish TV and see some of the social media happenings from friends, family, all that. But we feel almost helpless here back in Indiana. Is there anything we can do?
Oh, yes. There's actually 3 things that anyone can do. One is they can go to redcross.org and click on that volunteer tab. And we have volunteer opportunities where we'll train them and travel them into the disaster zone. We have virtual volunteer opportunities where they can volunteer right from home, providing support from their computer. They can also volunteer here locally, and that would free up another volunteer to go into the disaster zone. The second thing is they can go to redcross.org and they can actually make a financial donation. And even a financial donation of $5 makes a big difference.
Sure. And a third thing?
And that third thing is when Helene went through, over 1,000 blood drives were canceled.
Wow. And
so there's a real need for blood right now. So once again, redcross.org, click on the Donate Blood tab, type in your zip code, and you'll find blood donation centers that are within your area.
That one, to me, is huge because I think a lot of times we don't think about the need for blood when it comes to hurricane relief because we don't think about blood being spilled. And that's not necessarily the issue. It's more so those blood drives that had to be canceled due to the hurricane. And now that blood that is being used for patients who maybe were already in the hospital and that sort of thing, that starts to dwindle pretty quickly.
That is correct.
So, and blood here locally, is any of that being sent down, or is it, how's that working?
So wherever blood is collected, it is sent to where it's needed.
Okay. One of the things, too, I think a lot of people are concerned about and maybe just thinking about is once we kind of get through some of this, the cleanup process is going to be long, obviously. How long do you guys continue to give those resources to help through some of that?
So this is going to continue on for months.
Yeah.
So the need for volunteers is not just right now, but that's going to continue into the next coming months.
Jeff, you've been involved in community service and many things throughout your life. Each time something like this comes up, how amazed are you in the amount of people that do step forward and are willing to go, hey, I'll go down there and help out?
You know, that's one of the great things about my position is because I get to see that. And I get to see how the best in people come out during times like these.
Here locally, are there items that can be donated? Is that helpful at all, or is it that monetary more helpful at that point?
Yeah, so the Red Cross, we do not collect items to be shipped to the area. The best way to do it and the fastest way to do it is to go to redcross.org, make that monetary donation. There are other Indiana-based organizations that are collecting things.
Sure. Are you guys planning anytime soon to send more volunteers down, or is that kind of just as they come in, you get to send them?
We sent some down today. We're sending some tomorrow and all throughout this weekend.
Well, we certainly appreciate the work that you guys are doing to help in those efforts. We know it's a long road, and a lot of people want to help in any way, so we appreciate you guys giving us the resources and avenue to do that. We will put all the information for you guys to be able to help the American Red Cross on our website, wishtv.com, as well as allindiana.tv, so that you can help out any way that you can, whether that's donating monetarily, volunteering here locally, or being one of those that would love to go down and help those affected in the Southeast. Jeff, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and the work you're doing.
Thank you so much for having us on.
Absolutely.